Okay, welcome back. After knocking out that quest, the redemption one, you have some options. And this is where things start becoming more like you can do things in different orders if you want to, but there's a particular order I think will be more beneficial for you as a first time player. And let's go through that real quick and talk about it. So at this stage, you're going to, when you log in, if you haven't been playing before, go back and switch to Korthos Island, and you'll see there's a number of quests you haven't done. For example, one of them's called Sacrifices, which has been given to you by the mayor. If you didn't pick that up, this is this Viggy Store mayor here. His daughter's missing. You have to go find her. She's being held in a prison for a sacrifice. That's a really fun one. It's out in the wilds of Korthos Island. Another one is this Necromancer's Doom. The quest giver for that, if you haven't picked it up, is this little character down here named Handsome Whim on the dock. Oh, excuse me, Wilm. And that one's pretty fun too. I We're going to do those two first before we do the one that has us to help Lars. We have to go talk to Amalgam, which is one of these. In the Ebron campaigns in 4th edition, they added these really weird race. I'm not a big fan of it. But what you want to do, you're going to go into the zone normal, into Korthos Island, and you're going to see this quest that's now popped up here, especially since you're level 2, and especially if you finish the redemption one where you protected the Lars Hayton fella from the Sahagin attacking him in his little hideaway library that he created, right? So he's in theory wants to do more, and they want you to help the village. So you can pick this up, but we don't really want to do it just yet. So he's asking you to find a camp, which is going to be way off here to the northeast of the map. And remember, you can take the map and drag it the corner a little bit here, and you can left click and hold and pan around. You can see the areas that were different you haven't been to yet, right? And if you pop your quest journal up, you can click on these and say, oh, okay, this one here, Sacrifices to Rescue the Mayor's Daughter, is in Cannith Aqueduct. Well, you can see where it is without even opening that part of the map up. A lot of games they'll say like Warhammer Online and Dungeons and Dragons, no, excuse me, and Neverwinter, even Wizard, excuse me, WoW. A lot of these other MMOs they'll tell you to go somewhere, but if you've never discovered it, you don't know where it is. So if you're ever in one of these wilderness zones, it's really easy if you highlight the quest, like this one here, the Necromancer's Doom. This is like behind a waterfall down in the middle of this zone. You haven't been to that yet. So we're going to do these two first before we go up to here. This is an area called Misery's Peak. You're going to end up, going up here to find an encampment that's part of this quest here with this amalgam guy, right? Which is a major part of the major storyline. So I don't want you to do this, called To Help Lars. I don't want you to do this just yet. Let's knock these two out, and then we come back out of these areas and hand these in. We can come back and then follow this, because it's going to have a really, really long quest. The path to Misery's Peak, followed by the Misery Peak quest itself, and then you'll have like the savior of the island, and that kind of closes the whole storyline out. So we're going to do these side quests first, and we don't really need an NPC hireling out to do this, because remember, we did the Keep on the Borderlands, and we have our mount and we have our cloak. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to this aqueduct area, and you'll see it yourself. And if you run around the zone, you'll be like, how in the devil do I get up there? Well, I'm just going to show you the most simple way to get there, because it'd be very easy to run around for an hour and trying to figure it out. You'll see in the distance over this way that there is an aqueduct. See how we're just feather falling over this guy? We can avoid him in air control. And when you get over here to the shoreline, you'll see some columns, and as we zip around, we can zip around this way over here. And don't worry about these mobs in the open world. It's not going to benefit you to kill level 1 enemies while you're trying to head over to a major quest area. Most of the experience you're going to get in the game is going to be related to doing quests. It's not going to be related to killing enemies, unless it's a rare enemy you haven't killed before. Okay, I'm going to zip up this way. So you'll see in the distance this large aqueduct, which is basically like an elevated bridge. And we're just going to jump down here. You could have gone the other way through the water. And when you, whoops, we slid down too low. Let's go around this way. No falling damage, right? This has a little part here that drifts over. Alright, now we're back on track. Just going to ignore these guys. And we're going to get closer to this aqueduct, which is running through here. You need to get up there. And there's really no way to get up there. I mean, there's lots of mobs here to kill and things like that. You can skip all that. When you're running around, what you're going to do is you're going to go all the way around this way and start following the lanterns. This is a typical level designer type thing in video games. We'll go ahead and get rid of these guys real quick that are chasing us. Okay, great. Because you're level 2 now, and you've got a decent little weapon. You got like a +1 bow, and you have a little bit better armor. You're not going to get hit that much. Your armor class is higher, so you can get rid of these guys if you want to. But like I was saying, you know, level designers will always want to show the path. When in this older version of the Standing Stone Games engine before the Lord of the Rings, how they painted the terrain with this diffuse texturing and lighting everywhere isn't going to be as good. So look for these lanterns, right? That's how you're going to find your way up to this top part of this aqueduct. You got a restaurant in case you took a bunch of damage along the way. And then this doesn't even look like a path, does it? We're just going to jump off our mount here, make it easier. So you can actually run up this. You know how it is in a video game when you see a piece of thing like this, you're like, wait a minute, I can't really run up this, it's too steep. This is angled just a little bit so you can get up to here, and the torch up there is another symbol for you. Now where is that on the map? Let's show it to you on the map here. So remember, we came all the way from the city gate, the green entrances for Korthos Village. We came all around this way. You could have cut across this way as well. And this is a fun little adventure. You'll like this one. There's a couple rats and junk up here. You can skip all that if you want to and just kind of zip right through here. We're getting attacked anyway. Let's just get rid of these jokers that are harassing us. Okay, that's good. Who's still shooting us? Oh, I didn't kill him. All right, now we're going to actually go in here. It doesn't have like any kind of swirly portal or anything. And remember, we talked about this is the icon they always use to let you know that this is an area you're going to transition to, an instance. It's usually quest related. Like if you don't have the quest, you come up to one of these things, it's going to say you don't have the required quest. Because sometimes a quest will allow you to go in and out of it multiple times, or it'll be a situation where it has different skill levels to go to it, like you saw before, where you have like normal, casual, normal, hard, and elite. We're going to just do this in normal. It's still going to be very, very easy. This is the Cannith Aqueduct. When we get done with this, we'll cut this video, and then we'll go do the second one, which is, I believe it was called like the Necromancer's Doom. So what's the point of coming in here? So what we're doing now is this one here in the Cannith Aqueduct. We're looking for the mayor. The mayor's daughter is missing. Is to have her name listed in here. Let's see. Rescue his daughter doesn't say what her name is, so we'll figure that out later. This is not hard. We're going to pop open an NPC or hireling. I always call them NPCs. Let's use Useless Bard again, and that way we'll burn his timer up. His timer is only 23 minutes. I'll set him for aggro. He doesn't really have any great abilities. He does have a little baby heal he can heal with, but we're going to use him. I'm not going to hyper kill boxes. And a lot of these dungeons are dark, you know, and so maybe on the video it doesn't show as good. You have this webbing happening here.
Spider webs block your path. They don't look capable of withstanding blows from your weapon, though.
I'll turn that up just a touch so you can hear it a little bit better. We'll pull these sounds up just a little bit better for you. So you can switch to your melee weapon and just rip through this if you want to save. I restocked arrows before I came in here. I personally prefer using the bow because I have better to hit numbers on it. Remember, if you've forgotten what your numbers to hit are, you can look at this details number here. Just pop open your inventory, not the character sheet, the inventory, and click on details, and that'll show your armor class. It'll also show your bonus to hit, which for me is +10. Remember, we're moving, we're losing +4. So we want to kind of pull up and stop and shoot. So we've got a little bit of depth fog happening here and a little light coming through. So what do we have here? Let's get the map back open here. This is another like breakdown doorway.
The cells in this room hold a number of desperate Korthos villagers.
Okay, so we have, you know, prisoners to rescue, and what happens is the game will update these optional quests as you get to certain areas. So when you hear like a little gong sound, like you heard a moment ago, you know, we went the original quest, which is find and rescue. Now they've named her Arissa, and these rescue all the villagers. You want to do this because these things will give you more bonus XP. You're in here, you're having fun. You're not power leveling, you're playing the game, you want to do everything you possibly can. And we see some enemies over here. We get rid of this guy. And we have water down below. He hit the switch that altered these two bridges. Did you notice that? So there is a switch in this area. Let's jump over this stuff here that prevents us from getting to the other side. There's a switch here. But what you can do is very simply just get down here in the water. Even though you can swim and go underwater and look around, there's hatches and stuff like that. You can use the ladder on the other side to get up here. Let's be sure to line up right on it. And you can see underneath here there's even a locked passageway. Let's go first, and then once again you can even see this here. You know, everything's pretty much, you know, it's not random switches like in Doom 2 where you're not sure which switch is going to go where, or like some of the maps in Unreal where you're not sure what switch does what. So you want to go here and activate this. What you can do is when you activate it, you can look around and see what did it do. Okay, so these bridges alternate. And we still haven't got these things open for these prisoners, so we can go look down here and see is there any other switch that we don't know about. There's a switch there, so we want to push that back down now that we're on this side, because it'll just toggle. And now we can get to the switch that we couldn't get to because it's blocked by these boxes, which is too tall for you to jump. And let's see if this gets some of the cells open. Now what did that do? Open this, alright. There's another one of these big crazy switches here. There's nothing in here. It's just like a goofy shrine. Let's pop this. There, that opened this. And you'll see there's a number of quests in the game that have that. There's a little bit of a drop off there, so be careful. If you fall down, you can just run up the ladder again. You saw how I almost fell, and I actually walked forward and grabbed and held myself and pushed myself back up again. There's a number of quests in the game, like I was saying, that have go rescue a bunch of villagers, and they could be anywhere. In some of the missions, they are in random locations. In missions like this, they're always in specific locations. You can just go over to them and tell them they're free to go. And the count will update for you. There's 8 more prisoners trapped. And you can see there's 3 down there. So we fell down the little hole here. And we'll just climb this ladder back up again. You know, while we're in the water, let's take a look and see, did anything else open? This is going to be locked. You can almost look at this and tell that it's locked. This grate leads nowhere. Oh, here's a lever. Let's pull this one. I've played this before. I don't think I've ever noticed this. What did that open? Okay, it opens some more places with levers. Let's get our breath back up. While we're down here, before we get the other prisoners, let's see what this opens. This opens yellow. Okay. And what does this one open? Here, grab the breath real quick. It only takes a second. You don't even have to wait long at all. Do we have enough air? Let's see. We'll pop up real quick. And hopefully this will open that locked door that we saw underneath here. And sometimes you'll go through these things, you're like, listen, it's not worth doing because it just leads to resurrection and rest shrine. Sometimes it leads to something. Does that open this? Or did it open one of these little openings here? It didn't open that. Did it open this? Let's get some breath real quick. Let's take a chance to go down here. There's another lever. Oh, that's locked? Oh, interesting. Well, the lever's locked. Okay. I haven't done this before. This part here is interesting. Okay, let's see what else is down there. Grab some breath again. So there's a yellow icon and then red. So we're either missing one from up here. Let's see if it's down here somewhere. Let's see, did we finish turning that or did I turn away? That was red, okay. I wonder if that got it for us. It should. Based upon how they've keyed everything. Yeah, there we go. There's red and yellow. Let's pull this. Maybe it'll open that big locked door. Okay, that's all 3. Let's grab some breath real quick. And I believe it was over here. Did it open this? No, it's missing a color. Okay. What did it open? Did it open something in this area? Grab some more breath real quick. That one's already been pulled. You can tell a lot of times it's been pulled already because it will no longer have an interaction here. And this needs a green. Oh, this is an interesting puzzle. Cool. I'll spend all day trying to figure this out, and you'll be like, this is boring. Alright. So we got yellow. And we have a ring of water breathing. Let's turn that on real quick. What you can do is drag the item to your bar and click it. And you can't perform this underwater. Let's go grab up these ladder real quick. See if you can activate while you're on the ladder. Okay, that'll give us a little bit of water breathing, so we don't have to panic going up and down. Alright, let's use the basic logic here. Okay, so yellow and red. We don't need all this on. Yellow, red, activated already. Activated. Yellow, red, and blue. Did we miss a switch anywhere? We got this one. No, we didn't pull this one. Okay. Let's see if this one activates the green one. Let's double pick down here. Yellow, that's blue and green. Made a funny buzzing sound like it messed up. And let's see if there's this one. Can't pull this off. This one's already activated. We're going to run out of breath here shortly. Let's go down here and see if we're missing one. 3 colors here. That lever got pulled already. I wonder what that's opening. Oh, now you can open it. Okay, that was counterintuitive. Okay, now we can see what's down this way. All that just for chest. Cool puzzle, though. We're running out of breath. So we're going to take this. If you take damage or if you run out of breath, we should be able to get to the top before it's too late. Or if you take a little damage. Okay, great. Sorry for the delay on that. I want to walk you through it, but hey, I thought that was cool. Let's go talk to the rest of the prisoners that we freed up. And I'm just going to jump over here and see how many more we've got. There's 3 in here. We've done 2 so far. I hear combat, and I hear my my mercenary somewhere fighting. Okay, that's what he's doing. That's this guy attacking me. Remember, you can always, if your mercenary or hireling is the wrong spot, you can click this little button here, and they'll teleport to you. Alright. So we're looking for more prisoners. We have 5 more prisoners, and we're looking for a particular prisoner in the entire area. There's a chest down there. You can jump from these things. If you miss the jump, it's not that big of a deal. Put the skeletal mage to rest. Okay, here we go. He came out of nowhere. And let's see what we get out of this. Let's pull this down so you can see it better. Bastard sword. We don't use bastard swords, but that's fine. Low level loot. We're going to jump down here. Feather fall. There's a ladder that goes out. Let's just check this area here first. Here's a door. And usually you get a situation like this. Oh, I'm being sworn. Where's my NPC, my hireling? Just click the button, he'll teleport right to you. Okay, so there's a ladder that goes up, and there was a door here we're going to open. It's a restaurant. We could rest in here if we wanted to. I'm going to skip it and just use his heal instead. That's why I'm paying for him. Let's see what we got down here. All this is decorative. Misty stank water. Okay. Most of the time you'll find that when you get immersed in stuff, you start playing and figuring things out, you just get carried away with doing these kind of details. You'll usually not have to backtrack too much, but they're not linear. If they were completely linear, it'd just be World of Warcraft, be completely boring. Like, things are optional. Like, you can go left, you can go right. If you go right, you can wipe out the whole wing and then come back and then pull a lever and open up something else. So having it, let's check for this. Having everything optional for you makes it more like you're making a decision. Okay, so those spikes on the ground, this is a danger alert. I'm not a thief, so I can't disable this trap. When we did a spot search here, it shows this. See that trap there? Swinging around? So what we can do, we can go for here and avoid that. In some dungeons later on, there's some traps that are really nasty or just flat out freaking kill you if you're not really ready yet and don't have a lot of reflex saves if it's projectiles and your hireling's like a dummy and they'll stand on top of it and get killed. You know, let me just show you real quick a trick you can do. Let's say that these spikes are really, really nasty and we're not playing a thief and don't have a thief that can do anything. We don't have a thief NPC. What you could do is you could say, okay, here, I want you to stand still. Then I'm going to run through the whole thing and do it my way with my character control until I get to the end. Make sure that's not something, and then I can just click on teleport, and then he's on this side. Because nothing's worse than having an NPC die and having to find a shrine and go resurrect him and all that kind of business. All right, let's go keep moving along. And let's take a look at our map and see where we are. Okay, there's baddies. Let's get rid of them first. Let's see where we are. So we've progressed through here, down. We've got 5 more prisoners to release. I love these types of situations, like which way do you want to go?
You have breached the Devourer's sanctum. From ahead, you hear a woman's plaintive cry for help.
Okay, a cry for help in the distance. This looks like more prison. All blocked in. You can actually see the window type thing over there. The little frost damage is nice on this bow. Let's go ahead and pull this lever. That opens this. Okay. So we have the option now going down that way or going this way. This is one of the things that's so fun about D&D. Remember when you were a kid playing with your friends, you're like, I think we should go left. And someone else is like, let's go to the right. And you just get to decide yourself. You don't have to worry about it. There's no wrong way. So we're just going to take a peek up here. In some adventures, this is, you can see it here, it says access to Korthos. We don't want to leave. In some adventures, you'll find that's the way to get in and out. We've opened these gates. So we got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more people to release. And I see we have an enhancement. We've got a bubble of experience here from earlier. We need to add an enhancement for our little ranger dude. Let's get rid of all these. These aren't the main NPC. These are just regular village folks with goofy names.
The last imprisoned
Okay, they're all done.
grasps your outstretched hand,
Now we just need to find Arissa.
rising and running for freedom. The Devourer will not feast on the innocent tonight. Not on your watch.
Oh, that's from that's from the trap from a long time ago. Now we open this other gate down here. And let's see what we got going on here. Okay, there's a baddie. And, you know, as usual, we take him from range. Okay. And in some situations, you can like let your NPC, hireling,
blood no more.
take care of that. Yeah. If you know this adventure, you know why I was peeking. So this is who we need to free. The mayor's daughter. 1,000 experience, that's great. Got another action point. And we got a little chest here. Let's grab this. None of this is really useful for our class. We take it all and sell it. She's gone. And we can get out of here. I think there was... Isn't there like a guy that comes and try to kill you then? Or are we done? It's completed. Okay. It's the Necromancer's Doom I'm thinking about that the other guy comes along. Alright, so we've got that done. We're just going to warp out of here. And we'll stop the video after we get out, and then we'll pick it back up where we go do the Necromancer's Doom, which is behind a waterfall and the outdoor area of Korthos. Now, if you want to, you could just... You could do this.
Leads down
you could do this trick here where, okay, I finished the adventure. These guys are like all respawned or whatever. I can warp back to town and hand it in and sell and do all that kind of business and things I want to, and see if I can get a level before I come back and do the next one. So you want to go do that real quick? We can just take a second. All you got to do when you're in an outdoor zone like this is hit recall. Because the outdoor area will reset anyway, or we usually will remember the status of the mobs you've killed or enemies you've killed. In some situations, they'll like respawn in this early Korthos Island zone. They seem to respawn relatively quickly. Let's go talk to the mayor, hand this in, and see how much we get for it, because it'll be great to get to the next level before we go further. And he's the guy that's wandering around in the town like this with his ugly sweater on. Okay, and as always, every time you wrap up a quest, you get to pick. It's always worthwhile the mouse over the actual item, the icon, not the words. So what do we have here? This is I'm not a big fan of items that have short usability, like charges once per day. I want stuff with stats to help me in the long term. Tumble and striding, that's a 5% run speed. That sounds good. That would be on gloves. We would give up we aren't using open lock and disable device. That would be a good option. Tumble and striding, hey, that'd be a great one. Pathfinder, as part of a set, okay. Pathfinder boots would be great. Goggles, concentration and power, no, that's caster stuff. Caster stuff. Healing and power, no. Troubleshooting goggle, that's for rogues. So we're going to go and take these Pathfinder boots. They're part of a set, but I found that like you're going to get so much better stuff. You don't really are going to need to worry about a set. It probably would pair with this one. Does it tell us which one it pairs with? Let's see here. Two-piece Pathfinder set. I don't see anything else named Pathfinder. Okay, but we're going to take these, and we're going to get rid of these boots that we have here, which give us, nothing really strong. Because this whole tab is full, we're going to put this into the second tab. All right, so we wanted to see how much experience we got. We didn't get enough to get a level. We're going to go back out there, and you can ride in town if you want to. We have a few things we could sell. We just get rid of that real quick. Let's do that too. And then we'll go and do a separate video for the Necromancer's Doom. So once you start getting a little higher level, you're going to start checking repair, because you will start having situations like if you've died or take a lot of damage, your gear will get damaged. So we had a few items there we didn't really care about. This one, we don't care about the Bastard Sword. I'm going to dump the Theros Longbow Rapier, Theros Rapier. We'll keep that. We don't need these anymore. Don't need the Cloak of Fate. I'm going to keep the Expeditious boots. They might be super handy at a later date, because that run speed buff sounds like it lasts 5 minutes. That sounds great. Don't really care about. I'm going to save the Intelligence chest headpiece, and we don't need this physical magical resistance one. And we're going to click Sell Gems, and we're going to sell all that. And we've got like over 300 platinum now. And we'll go over and get to the gate, and then we'll pause this, and then we'll switch over to the next one. See you shortly.